what you consider the same three type of restaurants?
Everybody want to do a wing spot.
Yeah.
Everybody want to do a fish spot.
Yeah.
Or everybody want to do soul food.
Oh yeah.
So you wipe those three out. What's left? They like Panda Express. They want to do Chinese. Like they don't know nothing else past
Right.
So I come in. I'm like, all right, take this, and this off the menu, off the thought process. Now, what kind of restaurant do you want to open up?
What's your thoughts on seafood?
As far as a restaurant,
not for as what you were talking about doing originally, but as a restaurant. Because I'm seeing in my area where I live,
more and more
I'm seeing
seafood.
so many of them pop up just like out of nowhere. Like it's so many of them. Like I'm just shocked and blown away by it.
Because a lot of people have figured out that there aren't a lot of seafood places. Mm-hmm. When you realize that I don't like saying names, but I gotta just go ahead and say it. You realize like those type of restaurants you go to the upscale like Creoles, Cajun style. There's only like 2-3 people that got seafood on lock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Gotcha.
The seafood market is wide open. So if you could figure out a concept to sell it, you know, and like I said, turn and burn people in and out. It's not a lounge. They come in, they quick, they eat 15 minutes, they out. Mm-hmm. You can create a concept like that with seafood. Then you probably got to win because everybody wants seafood. More people are not eating meat, moving to seafood. You know, becoming pescatarian and stuff like that.
How would you create a great seafood business? Because I'm like I say in my area, I'm seeing I have mixed reviews about this one. Got one there that people love it. It takes too long, and they got more of a clubby scene. So the older people don't want to go there. They love the food, but it's like we'd rather not go there. We got another one. It's a fast food style. They get business. They give you quite a bit of food. I think they do really well. They even got one in downtown area, so you know the area I'm talking about.
Right.
Then we got like another one just popped up. If I'm not mistaken, they had something about they got daiquiris to go. I don't know how that worked, but
because the laws that got passed because of COVID, you can now take alcohol home.
Makes sense. Yeah, but it's a real small place. I bet it's a small place. Let's just say it like that. Yeah. But these places are all in a radius of less than a mile. So how does that work? Do you think all three can be successful in that space?
I give it 18 months. One of them won't be there. I hate to say it. I don't wish nothing bad. I hope they all. I mean, let me say it first. I want all restaurants to succeed. That's my goal, is to help as many restaurants succeed as possible. So I want all restaurants to succeed. But I also, being in business I'm in, I have to look at it from a reality standpoint. Most restaurants don't last 18 months. Because they under maximize their potential, or they let food costs and waste and things like that run them in the ground.
Right.
Because they're not aware. Because most people that run restaurants don't have restaurant training, and I'm saying that they haven't been into the management side. They may have a business degree, know how to crunch numbers, but you don't know nothing about the restaurant business.
Right.
You know, so before you decide to get into the restaurant business, you need to actually go work in the restaurant business or hire somebody who's in the restaurant business. So if you're you got a business license to run a business, but you don't know anything about food, then hire someone who knows about food, and y'all have to come together and create a great concept.
Okay.
But like I said, as far as those three restaurants, it's one of those things where unfortunately one of them probably won't be open in the next 18 months. The other two, I give it 3 years because, like you were saying, one of them takes too much time. One of them, the older class citizens don't want to go eat at, and so. I always tell people, like, when you open a restaurant, you have to target a certain demographic. And when I say demographic, I mean a certain type of people, a certain financial type of people. Right. Not, I want to target black 18-year-olds to 25, or if I want to target, this white people from 35 to 55, or I'm not saying target a certain type of a certain race of people. When I say demographic, I mean a certain income bracket of people. From a financial standpoint, I want to target people that make $50,000 to $65,000 to $80,000 a year. I want to target the struggling people who make $25,000 to $40,000 a year. And you structure your restaurant based off of who you're going to sell food to. You can't sell. Unfortunately, you can't sell food to everyone. I know that sounds like how come anybody can walk in and eat your food, but you can't sell food to everyone. Only certain people are going to want what you're serving. You can't. Let's put a gun to their head, man. You gonna eat my sandwich? I mean, that's the only way I know. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's not going to come. So once you go ahead and pick that, like say, what the young folks say, pick your lane, pick your food lane, and once you pick that lane, serve and stay in that lane. Then you could branch out later or do a whole nother concept for another demographic. But once you decide like what type of people you want to serve, then you'll start. you'll start cultivating your type of restaurant just off of your thought processes of how you go through these, what you want to do, who you want to serve, how you want to serve them. That's going to dictate the style of restaurant you're going to have. Okay. So I sit them down and get them to answer all these questions. And by the time they get done answering all these questions, I was like, you realize you just told me the type of restaurant. You basically laid out what you want. And then they look at the paper and read off, and they were like, I didn't realize this was my concept, but I just didn't put it together.
Right. And you able to help people do that?
I've been able to help a couple people do that. Yeah, that's one of the things that's great about being in the consulting business. You get to help people figure out how to keep their dream alive, so to speak. Take that dream and actually be able to make a profit. They say you go in the restaurant business the first 2-3 years, do we expect to make a profit? Because most people ain't maximizing the potential. They undercharging their plates, they over giving too much food, family members eating stuff, they got friends that come all the time on free handouts. Like, you got so much other stuff to deal with that you shouldn't be dealing with because you feel like you have to give out all this extra stuff in order to appease people. The restaurant is not about that.
Right.
I can't go in there and tell dude at McDonald's that, man, I ain't got but $2, man. Let me get that Big Mac.
You can tell them they probably ain't
they gonna look at me like, man,
at some point. Please.
Hopefully they call the police on me. And so many other things that can happen. I can
tell them, yeah.
So people have to realize that when you come into that restaurant, you have to really think about all the avenues way before you open doors.
So that wouldn't be one of the people that you actually have that business set up for. The person that's gonna come in and say, "Hey, let me get blah 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 for $2." Yeah.
Anybody, yeah, right? You can't create a demographic for them because that demographic want handouts. You would never make money. Right. You're giving away food all day. How you gonna make money? You gave away all your profit.
Right. So how do you guys handle marketing?
That depends on the restaurant and what type of budget they want to set aside for marketing, and what type of marketing. You want to go internet marketing, you want to go, the paper flyers.
How effective is that nowadays?
Nowadays it's more digital marketing. Okay, people use those 5 stars, that Belk system, reward programs.
What's the Belk system?
The Belk system is one of those, like you could go to certain department stores, and now they hooked it up with restaurants as well. So when you go buy stuff, you get that little, it's like a membership card. So whenever you buy something, you swipe that card and it logs like your purchase, and you get points. Those points build up. You can go to restaurants and use those points to get free food, like money off. Right. You might get enough for a free meal, a free side, free dessert. First drink on us, like it's different stuff. So when you sign up for programs like that, a lot of them will give you a free first meal. Like you sign up for Grubhub to deliver, they knock $10 off your first delivery, or your first delivery is free. So when you sign up for these systems to go to these restaurants,
that's like a Belk system, because I know when I use DoorDash, I'm always getting that type of stuff when I first sign up. So
yeah, exactly.
So Belk is that like that system is something that all is across the board. It's just what they call it.
It's what they call it. Yeah, yeah. You have to just sign up for it, or like call them and have them send a representative out, and they can sign you up for it. You could put that system, like all the restaurants now using Uber Eats and DoorDash. We can just say these tablets, that are designed to take orders from. You go online to this app and you order food. We got a tablet that comes up and shows us the order that you made. We ring it in and account, and we get paid. The restaurant get paid on the back end for those tablets. The restaurant gets a certain amount, and then the operating system gets a percentage. And so all the money goes through that operating system, and then they reimburse the restaurants on a day in or weekly basis, or however they structure it.
Right.
So you use those systems to generate money. You can send out flyers and emails through those systems saying, hey, all members, that signed up to the 5 stars or the Belk program, come by Wednesday. We're going to be doing a promotion, $3 tacos or something. And you use that system to promote people to come through.
Okay. So, and then you said internet. So I would say that reviews have big part in that.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys do you ask for reviews during service, after service, or whatever, or what do you guys do normally get reviews?
A lot of times, most of like the fast food restaurants and fast casual restaurants, they're corporate ran, so they're structured to where they have to get. When I work for a certain company, okay, we had to get a certain amount of reviews per month because it kept our numbers up, meaning that public perception was everything. So we had to focus on getting people to give us good reviews, to give us good numbers. We had to get at least 30 to 50 to 100 reviews a month. So you're begging people like, man, I give you a free drink, man. You go online, get a receipt, go online and give me a customer review, give me a good review. Right. So you're trying to not necessarily say bribe, but I'm trying to bribe people into.
So if you gave 10 people receipts with those, reviews on it. I'm guilty of it too. How many of them actually do those reviews?
I would say out of 10, I would say probably 3 to 4.
Oh yeah,
10.
you get 3 to 4.
I would get 3 to 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
It's more like it's more effective than a lot of people think of it. Because because what we don't realize is a lot of people will go and do reviews. Like I said, everybody go and do reviews on bad experiences.
Oh yeah.
You got 100 bad experiences, but you get 2 good ones.
Right.
Naturally, like somebody just like, I really had a good time. I'm just really want to go online and do a good review.
Right.
People don't take the time to do
find
that.
myself doing it now.
If they had a good experience, most people don't take time to do that. I'll tell you.
Right.
I went to Sunset, man. That place was great, but I'm not going.
Yeah, I find myself doing that now. Being that since I started a business, I know how important reviews are. So I do find myself doing it now.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering, because you guys, I know different businesses, different methods of getting reviews. And most of the time, in your case, you guys print out a receipt. And
there's a website that you could go on to and log on, and you could give a review. Or you just go on Yelp and different sources like that and leave reviews.
Even with some of the larger chains, do they do that too?
The larger chains do they're hard up about it. I said, the larger the franchise or the larger the company is, the more they're about their perception. They gotta have those good reviews. If you want your restaurant to be at the top echelon. Or you want to like some restaurants, you get bonuses and different things like that based off of those reviews. So you want those numbers to be good consistently for like 3 and 4 months for that quarter, because at the end of that quarter, that 4 month span, you'll mess around and get a $1,000 bonus. So you hired as a GM, your base salary, like I was hired at one restaurant as a GM. My base salary was $44,000 a year. One of the first ones I started GM. My base salary was $44,000 a year. But I could qualify for up to 4 bonuses that can get an extra $8,000 a year in bonuses. So I went from 42, like almost $52,000 a year job. Getting bonuses, and I'm looking at, man, if I do this, if I can hit that 2-3 times, or if I can get that 35, 45, 55, a year, I can make $150,000 in 3 years. That sounds like a pretty good lifestyle income for me.
Man, self, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's sustainable to be able to live off of, and actually be able to maybe raise a family, or at least start to raise a family. You know what I'm saying? Wife work, you work, y'all put it together. This thing, y'all household income is $120,000 because you making 50, she making 60, or she making 40. Y'all got $100,000 income lifestyle. So now you can actually live comfortably now. So that's why I try to encourage people to focus on. A lot of people don't think about the restaurant business. They look at the normal restaurants. They're like, there's a lot of independent restaurants. There's a lot of franchise restaurants out there that need people to come in and manage their stores for them. And for a lot of people out there, I'm going to say this for a lot of people out there, because this is why you don't get in the restaurant business. There's a lot of franchise restaurants that don't drug test. I'm just going to say it. There's a lot of franchise restaurants that don't drug test, so you can do your thing at home. As long as you go to work and don't smell like a smoke truck, you can go in there and manage and make good money. We don't promote that on this podcast. No,
be professional.
Be professional. As I like to be professional. But a lot of times people don't want to get in restaurant business because of that criteria. I've worked at almost every restaurant I've worked at. I've had to take a drug test at some point in time. So I have to do what I have to do, which is nothing. Drink alcohol, because I can't do nothing else. Or want to. But you know what I'm saying?
I'm high on life.
I'm high on what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I know what it is. I've been in that environment before. I've done music and been in different fields and environments before. I've opened restaurants for. Pardon me saying this. I've opened restaurants too. They open wing spots and fine dining. At least they try to, and they have people like me come in and help them get their restaurant up and running. So I've worked for people like that as well. So just trying. So. You could go work for different restaurants, and your extracurricular life can still be whatever that is, as long as it doesn't affect your business part of your life. So whatever you do when you off the clock is whatever you do, but as long as when you step into that job, you're grade A 100% professional.
So you're saying the workers, they don't drug test the workers?
Yeah, there are lots.
But management,
management, Like I said, with most restaurants, before you go in,
not that we promoting drugs on this podcast.
No, but we just be honest because we know that this is part of life. I don't know. It's about to be, they're about to legalize it in half the states, so we might as well just go ahead and be honest about it. It's about to be a normal conversation at this point. So I just go ahead and let people be known. Like at the restaurant business, corporate America, everybody's being drug tested. But restaurant business, the waiters and bartenders and servers and stuff like that, they're not getting tested. You don't get drug tested till you go into management. You know, they want to make sure you're ready for management. So once you go into the management aspect, you have to change some of the parts of your life. It's just automatically. But then, if you don't want to change, then you don't want to. You really don't want. You don't want to grow.
Well, you can't really. I'm not gonna say you can't succeed, but your head can't be cloudy if you're trying to do things like this. I can't see when you're trying to run some stuff. So,
no, you can't run a restaurant and count food costs. And I mean, I'm doing food costs. I have to order inventory. I have to enter all the number in. I'm doing cost analysis and projections. I got to send this all stuff to my district managers and stuff like that. You know, my weekly sales reports, like I said, my food costs for the week, for the day. I got to order inventory. I got to count my inventory every night. I got to write a schedule for all my employees and my managers. I don't do that if I'm wasted. And I don't like this is a daily type. This not I do this every Friday. No, I do this. I have to manage this stuff daily.
Right.
So
yeah, same way.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when I get off, when I get off, y'all give me two shots of Jack and I'm gonna drink a beer. But I'm on my couch watching TV. Right. Before I go to bed.
Right. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. You have any final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I always like to tell people, man, find what it is that you're fascinated with, find what it is that you're passionate about, and then figure out a way to make that something that you can use to sustain you for life, man.
Okay.
Take your passions and make money out of them.
Let them know where they can find you, and how they get in contact with you. If you're in the Atlanta area, make sure you reach out to him because he's actually catering for us. We are at an Airbnb. One of the content creators here, JT Hustles, I'll just say, he rented a place, and this is like his third time, I guess, this year, and he brought David in to cater. So this is our second time in Atlanta, and I'm gonna say about a month.
About a month.
Yeah. And David's been doing all the catering for us the whole time, the whole week. So, but tell them where they can find you because you are in Atlanta.
I am in Atlanta. Well, not the restaurant I work at, but I'm at right now. I'm doing my consulting. So I'm always open to do more consulting work. So if you are thinking of opening a restaurant, you already have one that's open. You need to do some cost analysis and things like that, and just streamline it and see where you can nip tuck and maximize your potential and save and cut money. I'm definitely always looking out to come out and help with the consulting. So I would say the easiest way to get me would be to send me an email. I know that sounds kind of old school with the social media nowadays, but
I do email all the time.
I'm on social media, but when you're in a restaurant business, I don't have time to have my phone in my hand because I got gloves on. I'm trying to, I'm managing the restaurant.
Email is the way to
go. So
email
me. So you can hit me up at thefoodguru05@gmail.com. It's THE thefoodguru05@gmail.com. You can send me a shout out, and that's probably gonna be the easiest way to get in touch with me. Because like I said, I check my emails daily, but I might not be on my Snapchat today. But I'm on my emails daily.
I think email is a great way because I think a lot of your social media, I think the way you have it set up, it goes to your email also. I'm not sure, but I do get stuff. I do get a lot of business off of social media, so you do have to be active on social media.
Right.
You do want to check those messages, but email works perfect.
Yeah. Like I'm at the point right now where I'm branching out more.
People will get on your Instagram and they will send you a message from there because they see your work on your Instagram.
On the Instagram, exactly.
So you definitely want to give them your outlets for your.
You can hit me up on my Instagram. I actually am rechanging my Instagram. It's going to be the Food Guru as well, the Food Guru 05. You'll be able to see that on Instagram as well. That's being set up this week as well. Because I had to realize you have to have a separate business one from your personal one. You can't have your business and personal collide in those aspects. So I just went ahead and created a completely separate one just for my business, and that's the Food Guru 05. So that's being created. I think I set it up today or yesterday.
Yeah, by the time this podcast come out.
It should be up, everything should be up and running. I'll just take some of the content that I've already used on my other site just to throw it on there, and then as I generate new content, I'll continue to add content on it. I'll probably, like I said, I'm trying to start putting something up on a weekly basis. With me restaurant tips, cooking at home, different things like that.
Okay. So, all right, man, it's been a pleasure.
Man, appreciate it, man.
Nice seeing you again, man.
Long time, man. I'm just glad to see you, man. I'm glad to see you, being active, finding new ways to generate money, man, and, generate a lifestyle and income. And that's really what it's all about, man. Create a lifestyle that you're comfortable with and then elevate that lifestyle.
Right. You'll be hearing more from David on this channel.
Definitely.
If we can remote in, we'll definitely bring you on here more often on this podcast and this channel. Until next time, this is Day in Life of Corey. Thank you guys for watching.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Or night.
Or listening.